Hello and welcome to another rolling review with Wheelchair 21. In today's rolling review, we will be reviewing Kamen Rider Gaim AC-07's Kamen Rider Gridon and the Dandeliner Lockseed Lock Vehicle. Now, the cool thing about AC figures are they're based on the updated Sochaku Henshin mold, which became the basic double form ride series, which became the double form change series. Then that evolved into the O's change, the formula module change, the wizard WAPs, and so on and so forth, till we finally got to Gaim. They have usually the same points of articulation, similar to almost a Tamashii Web brand exclusive or a regular Tamashii brand Figuart, where they have the basic joints in the hip. They actually have a thigh joint, like modern American figures, a single jointed knee, and they have a ball jointed foot, which is just literally just attached there just to move up and down. No toe joint, which is, not the best thing, but it could also happen eventually. A waist joint, the actual shoulder, a bicep joint, an elbow joint, a wrist joint, and the hinged hands, where you actually have two segments to open up the top and the middle, and you bring in your pinky. That's kind of the basic things that these figures have always had since they started out as Shochaku Henshins. Even the head has articulation, which is actually impressive. As you can see, it has the slot in there to put in the actual helmet piece to fill in the visor and the back of his helmet, protecting him. He comes with this awesome little hammer, the hammer that Kamen Rider Gridon uses, and to apply on his arm change, it actually snaps in atop his shoulders. It opens up and locks in place. It's a pretty cool thing. The acorn arms is really awesome. I can see why people modded it into that photo mod of a Kamen Rider that is a mushroom. It looks pretty cool and unique. Gridon, for being such a dumbed down character and a joke, he has quite I think, an adorable uniform and arms, because it just looks really chic and quaint, realistic. And to open it up, it actually has a weird way where it unfolds and it actually clips in really hard. So the best thing to do is actually pop it in from the bottom, usually. Now, like saying, once cracking it open, you can pretty much fold it down to make it easier to applying it onto the figure, even though it's supposed to unfold while going onto the figure like it does in the show. But you really can't do that. Now, his chest panel actually has a slide joint where you slide this up, then fold and flip, which is actually intricate and pretty cool. Now, his back piece actually holds on to his actual back of his helmet and visor, which has like this honeycomb-like shape to it, which is actually pretty cool. Nice, cool piece. I really like the detail that's put into it, especially when you finally apply it to the figure itself by clipping it onto its shoulders. Now, once clipping on his armor, he does lose a bit of his points of articulation because of how the shoulders flap and flail. The lock seat is kind of hollowed out and has weight issues. As you can see, it falls over. But anyways, I like the fact that it has like this nice plating. It looks great. It looks really awesome. I like the whole tile effect that they added to the acorn. He's actually just one of my favorites by design. When he first came out, he was, I think, probably my second or third favorite when seeing Zangetsu and Gaim. It's funny that he's featured as one of the main show's 5 riders, but I guess as the show's production went on, it became the main 4. Very similar to Blade, I believe, because that's how they're kind of going with this vibe. It's like Blade meets Ryuki, I feel, sometimes. Just how many riders we have, but how intricate and how each rider fits his role. The cool points about it is the figure doesn't come with many paint accessories, but it doesn't really need that. Just mostly needs some silver on the hammer, because the actual figure art shows, and the actual toy and the actual prop, I should say, shows. There's a lot more silver to it. The thing is, the Sengoku driver is very basic. It has just silver and black. It would have been cool if they could have maybe fit in just a little bit of yellow, but that's probably like too pro. That's like figure art level, just to go in there and etch in a bit of yellow. and it would be hard to put in that faceplate to make him look like Kamen Rider Gridon. Now, the cool part about this is it does come with a locked vehicle, which makes it a little bit more expensive than the average AC figure. Now, this locked vehicle is like a regular lock seed. The Dandeliner is kind of like a speeder bike from Star Wars, which unfolds from this lock, and it's pretty cool. I actually like how it looks. Just like this, you can already see in its inert form. It kind of looks like a cannon. People have been kind of making that meme around the internet. So that's a cool effect that you can also double this as a weapon, even though it's not in the show. Then all you gotta do is pull up the front to get the handles. It's kind of stuck. I forget why it gets stuck. Alright, once getting out the actual handlebars to the vehicle, you pull out the back here, which is its thruster, which is why people believe it's also a gun. It looks like a giant rail gun. And then the actual handlebars are actually very snug and tight on the figure. You might be afraid that you might actually break or crack it off because it's on a hinge joint. But overall, it looks great. A cool effect that I've been hearing is using a Trident Tamashi stage. That's one of the few stages I don't own yet, to display this on. It actually holds the bike, the vehicle, quite well, and can really hold the weight and girth of this thing, especially when applying an AC figure to it. Now, a figure atop of the actual Dandeliner and riding it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. It looks like it's very hotched up on the cycle, as if it's trying to correct itself, or just, get its butt to not be asleep, the rider. It's kind of weird just how hunched over the figure is on the actual bike. I don't know why it's like that. I think it's just because of how the figure is quite tall and lanky compared to how the handlebars reach out. I really do like this vehicle after I saw it debut in the show. Originally, I didn't want to get this figure just because of the shipping was going to be a little bit absurd, because I had it with a whole bunch of other figures, not just this alone. But I've come to like it. I've come to adore it. I just love the fact that it is a speeder bike, kind of like Star Wars, hover bike. Initially, when my friend Darkon told me it was like Star Wars, I'm sitting there like, what does he mean, bike like Star Wars? The only thing they have are speeder bikes. And then I saw on the show, oh shit, they do fly like speeder bikes. I thought this was supposed to be like some kind of low-range hover cellular bike, like it actually not flew, but actually gravitized itself across the ground and just flung itself at Mach speeds. Then I found out, oh shit, it flies. So that really had me going, damn. It really looks cool with Gridon on it. I can't wait to get Kurokage to see what he'll look like on it. He is actually AC09. He's coming out late February, I believe. This month already had Shin Zangetsu too. Thank God, I hope I actually got a pre-order in at this one store. But anyways, I love the AC figures. I only have Zangetsu, and I only have Gridon right now. I'm hoping that the Shin Zangetsu pulls through, and I'm able to get the Kurokage, and eventually Jinba Gaim, regular Gaim, Duke, and Kachidoki. They look amazing. I will try to get Baron and Ryugen if I got the money. Got the money. Because money. Yeah. Anyways, I really recommend getting a hold of this figure. It's really worth having. It's awesome. It's enjoyable. It's just cool, cute, and just amazing. I'm saying it. Gridon is a cute design. I like the design, so sue me. The character, not so much. Anyways, you can buy it from CS Toys, Hobby Link Japan, Ami, Hobby Search, possibly Amazon, and eBay. I also do believe Big Bad Toy Store got a limited supply of these along with the Tulip Popper Kurokage set. So I would pre-order them or order them while you still can. Because AC figures just skyrocket the hell up. Anyways, now, you can follow me here on YouTube and on Twitter under the same name. Instagram is Taja_Doyle, and you can always check me out on Hirotaku and Raijo Nihon.